Alright guys, real quick I'm going to show you the gimbal that I bought off of eBay. Yes, it's the cheap eBay gimbal, or whatever you want to call it, you get from China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, wherever it comes from. This actually only took about a week and a half to get. I'll post a link to the eBay seller. Yeah, it was $79. I think it was actually free shipping. I really don't have that many complaints on this gimbal. It is Chinese made. You know, I mean, actually all this crap we buy for these quadcopters, radio controls, whatever you want to call it, it's all Chinese made. This is probably a little mass produced or whatever you want to call it. The reason why I wanted a gimbal, the same reason everyone else did. I bought my Blade 350 QX and threw a GoPro on it, and I wanted a little smoother footage. This right here will provide you smoother footage. Doesn't work at all. This is a gimbal. It's a 2-axis gimbal. I mean, it's gonna go forward, it's gonna go back. I mean, it works, period, point blank. The way I installed it was, I actually took, when you buy a GoPro, you know the case it comes in. On the very top where the GoPro sits in the showcase, it has an adapter. Well, I actually cut this adapter off. I mounted the adapter. I'll show you some pictures in the link, or I'll give you pictures in the video. I put 2 bolts down in here. You have to do some shaving, you have to do some customizing. It's not hard. I just wanted a quick release. Okay, I didn't want to have to, you know, cut wires or unsolder wires or any crap like that. Obviously you have to have your shielding on here. That's a whole nother video, but I'll get to that, which it's kind of crappy, but you know, this gimbal is worth 80 bucks, period. It's not perfect by all means. The Velcro, okay, my Velcro came undone. I had to do some super glue right here, just to make it work again. The Velcro they give you is extremely too long. This right here is the little gyro for the bottom. This is what keeps it level. Okay. Up here, you'll see in here, you have the motherboard, okay, for the gimbal. Mine actually came with this plug right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but this is just a standard. I mean, you plug this into your LiPo. This just goes in your balance port. There's a red and black. Boom, plug it in. It's done. I guess when you buy these off of eBay, it's kind of hit or miss. You don't exactly know which one you're gonna get. Like I said, this one works just fine. So anyway, let me show you the quick. Here is my quick release system for my Blade 350. It is not my design. I stole it off of someone off of YouTube. I will post a link to his video. He will get credit for it. It's a great idea. Basically what I did is, when you buy a GoPro, you're going to get your box, okay? Your GoPro box. On this box, you're going to have a black plastic piece where the GoPro is sitting. This black plastic piece, I just cut it off, and this is what it sits in. Okay, this is on top when your GoPro clips into there for display. I you know, this is kind of really rough. I haven't really paid much attention to it. I haven't modified it perfectly. I was in a rush. I wanted to throw it on there to see how it flew. So basically what I did is I screwed 2 holes. You know, this part of the Blade 350 is your CG, center gravity. If you tried to mount it up here where the factory mount goes, which is a complete joke if you ask me, your center gravity is going to be way off. This blade is going to continue to try to fight. It's going to try to compensate. It's, you know, there's going to be too much weight in the front, so it's going to constantly, I mean, it's going to wear shit out. So this is a perfect spot for a gimbal on a Blade 350 QX. Alright. So here's how I mount my gimbal, my cheap eBay gimbal, to my blade. You take your blade, and my balance port, or the one that came with my gimbal, this one right here, black and red, it basically plugs right into the balance port of the battery. Okay, so basically this is so easy. This is why I love this idea, this concept. You're going to have your GoPro clip right there, the female part right there, done. Okay, you are going to plug this in and turn it around for you. Now as soon as I plug this in, you're good to go. Gimbal activated. Oh yeah. That's it. Ready to go. Cheap eBay gimbal right here. What more could you want for 60 bucks? A couple things I have noticed. If it's not 100% you know, straight or flush, there is a button. Where is the damn thing? Right here. I don't know if this is a reset button or what. If you push that, this will, just for time, you know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, it'll go limp. You adjust it to what you think is level, or if you want it at an angle or something like that, and it'll auto correct itself. You push the button, adjust it, hold it, and then it'll catch, and you're good to go. But yeah, like I said, it's worth it. I will post some videos, post some clips. It's smooth, you know. It's a little bit jittery, you know. It's not, you know, it's not a gimbal that you get off of a Phantom, or it's not the Zenmuse gimbal. It's not built in. You gotta do some fabrication, some modifications, but it works. I haven't really weighed it. I know the gimbal itself, I think it weighs 288 grams. That's not including the GoPro, obviously. But enjoy this footage right here. This is just a couple of test footage from when I first got it. Actually, the first time I used my gimbal, I tried FPV. It was my first time ever doing FPV. I don't really suggest you use a gimbal when you do FPV. It's nice for, you know, a third party to look at when they're viewing your video, but when you're actually flying a quadcopter FPV with a gimbal, you don't know what the actual quad's doing, because the video is just straight. I mean, you could be flying FPV like this, and I mean, your camera's straight, or like this. You don't know. I mean, every so often you'll see the front props, but it didn't work for me, and I'll show you the crash video. But like I said, this is basically my eBay gimbal. It's worth the money. It's super easy to install. If you have any questions, just comment, or send me a link, or sorry, send me an email